1,000%. Alright, y'all. We back with another one. You know what I'm saying? I got my guy here, culturally organic. If you know, you know. I kind of actually know this guy a little bit. You know what I mean? No, real good. You know what I mean? We got the same blood and everything. His name is Jaquan Bryant.
Young Hop, they call me in the, you know what I'm saying?
Hold on. You can't, nobody else talking on intro. See, you on some brother shit right now.
But
it's the culture, so go ahead. It's my boy. You know
it was organic. I was in the floor, you know what I'm saying? We get in the room, nigga, just go up the vibes, you know what I mean?
Look, y'all, it's Jaquan Bryant, you know what I'm saying? Mr. Red Fox. He done did some big things in the football world, in life. I know his personal achievements. We just gonna get into his story. We're gonna talk about his past, what he got coming, what he planning. I know he got some things in the work. You know what I mean? We talk about all the time, so it's a perfect time to bring it out to the culture. So we're gonna start how I start with everybody else. Where you from?
You already know, man. I'm from Queens.
What part?
What is it? North side?
North side.
St. Norman's, you know what it is, man. I've been everywhere, man. We've been Farmers, Rockaway. Yeah, but we staying in Queens though, so I'm just say Queens, man.
Nah, that's a fact. Alright, so let's talk about your upbringing a little bit. How was that? How much siblings you got, and how was Queens? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Queens is valid, man. I mean, to be honest, people always is funny because every time I go somewhere, you from Queens? You bougie? It is bougie, but like, you know what I'm saying? Niggas had you had to go through the rough times like everybody else.
Nah, for sure.
You already know, Simmons, you, Dev, Neek. You know what I mean? We out here.
Facts.
I guess I would say I'm the oldest middle, I'm the oldest boy, you know what
I'm
saying?
For sure.
It's always a difference between like having an older sister and an older brother, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, for sure.
Man.
So as a kid, right? Because I gotta construct. I know all about him, but I gotta get y'all to know about him, right? So as a kid, like, what kind of kid was you? I know you're a funny guy. Were you a funny guy in school? Like,
So I'm a typical like funny dude who was smart, athletic, mad energy. I was like a mix of like not the best of both worlds. Like I knew I had to do good in school, but I also like love playing sports. But I also like love just getting in trouble, mischief. You know what I'm saying? Like that was just
every young boy. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to see how.
I got good A's, but I'm probably getting a phone call because I was doing something stupid in class, and that's just how I was. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm probably still the same way to this day. Honestly, I'm serious, but I can never take myself too serious. You know what I'm saying?
My boy, don't funny. I ain't gonna lie. But alright, so I heard you said a little bit about the athletics. You know what I'm saying? You said you was a jokester. You know what I'm saying? You athletics and so let's jump right into that. Cause I ain't gonna front. That's the highlight that I definitely want to talk about. Cause I done seen this.
Who we here for?
Yeah, I done seen this guy do some amazing. I'm gonna drop some clips in this episode. So the football. When did that start?
Football actually started. I actually started football. If you ask like real football dudes, like I started football kind of late. I started football 9-10. Mm-hmm. People used to start football when I actually started baseball, which other people started baseball too, but like started baseball, T-ball, 4, 5, 6, 7, playing that forever. Pops was having baseball.
Nah, fact.
He didn't really play football, basketball like that, so he
made
sure he played baseball. that helped with the hand-eye coordination. I
definitely did.
And then I started playing football at 10 years old. It was funny. I don't know.
So baseball was the first sport.
Baseball was the first sport. Baseball was the first love. Baseball was the first love. And to be honest, like, I mean, I can't do it now, but I would still love to go in the bat and
What position?
Come on, best position in the field. Shortstop. I was Derek Jeter fan. I actually played a lot of. I played shortstop, third base, and center field and pitcher. The rest of the positions, I just, what I'm saying, it wasn't enough action for me, so I always played those positions.
Okay. Average player, good player. What would you say?
Nah. I was in any sport. Come on, the top dog. You know what I'm saying? Like,
just an athlete.
I was just an athlete, and honestly, like, it's funny growing up. Like, I'm old head now, but like growing up, like you look at like kids, like growing up, and you like, ain't got no athletic ability. You know what I'm saying? But like looking at myself, I'd be like, if I was me, I'd be like, damn, this nigga athletic as shit. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, like, I don't even know what. I mean, I can't. Obviously, it's probably genes and stuff, but like, I don't even know where it came from. Like, you know how life go by mad fast. I remember just playing baseball. And then like,
was it natural or like?
It was just natural, like the throwing the ball, catching the ball, hitting the ball, eye coordination, like that shit was all natural. And then like I mean, like I said, going to a baseball game or something, just driving past Rosedale Jets, I'm like, Mom, what's that? And you a little kid, you don't really know, what other people do outside of school. When you go to school, you have your friends, blah, blah. You don't know what they really do outside of that. But I'm like, Mom, what's that? She's like, oh, it's football. I'm like, looking, I ain't going to do the dummies, the helmets on, lit. I'm like, that's like my type of game. I wasn't the biggest kid either. I was always small. I got bigger like in high school, but that's just something that looked like, it looked fun. I went out there, threw me a helmet on. Mm-hmm. It's funny because Mommy, like you know, she knew the president at Rosedale.
Fact. So, shout out Jock, right?
Jock,
Yeah, fact.
Yeah, she signed me up. After that was history. I actually, after a while, stopped playing football.
You said you was 9, right?
9, gonna be 10 in August.
Okay. So first year of football, what position you played? What they threw you in at?
Running back.
You scored that season?
Before you get this season, you know I got this spot.
Yeah, let's tell the story. How did he get the running back spot on his first Pop on the team?
And this is just like I don't know where it came from. Maybe it was just like me being whatever, cocky, whatever. Mm-hmm. Get to the first practice, you know what I'm saying? You know, and like I said, I'm 9'10", these kids are me at 4'5", whatever.
Right.
So I get there, we in practice. I'm not doing I'm on the sideline practice. You know how it is, like you're a new kid, so they try to tell you like get used to it, get acclimated, blah blah.
Warm up, go over there.
Learn the game, right? I'm like, end of the practice, go through the talking and all that. By the beginning, I said, Coach, hold on, I give it to Kanye. Right. That was a good speech, but I got something to say. I said, yo, I think I'm the fastest person on this team, and if I beat any of the fast dudes on the team in the race, I want to be the starting running back. It's under everybody, like, his parents, all that.
At 10.
Coach didn't even notice. He like, what? I'm like, yeah. He like,
fourth grade, fifth grade, like around that time.
Whatever. I just know at that point, at 10 years old, for me to say that joke was crazy. But I just knew going into it, I wasn't about to be like not going to be it. Because baseball, I was good at baseball. So it's like, I know how to play. You know what I'm saying? Football can't be, to me, I wouldn't say football can't be that hard, but it's like, I feel like if other dudes could do, I could do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Give me a rock and just run through the people.
You already kind of had a little bit of.
And I was fast too. I know I was fast. Like I've never lost like a race at that point in my life to anybody. So I knew I was fast.
Right.
So he's like, all right, line it up. Yeah, everybody. He had the start running back line up, the quarterback who was fast. Everybody, all the athletes, cornerback, all of them. Mark, set, go, boom. PT thinking like 5 yards. After I beat them, Coach came, he write it down. He said, everybody introducing our new star running back.
What's up with the star running back?
That was it.
That's fine. That's a classic story.
That shit was mad funny. Looking at it back in there, like, even if I was somebody's parent, I'm like, what?
Yeah, I know.
I know start running back.
I know that boosted your whole confidence.
Yeah, after that, I was like, oh yeah, it's lit. I was like, all you gotta do is be athletic.
And any sport to go crazy in practice in front of the coaches and everybody, that's a great start.
They taught me how to play running back, and
it was over 2 back, 3 back, 4 back.
I was
probably 2 back.
I think it was 2 back.
Yeah, probably.
And then they had my son Ricky played the 4 back.
RP Ricky, right?
Yeah, RP Ricky.
That's a fact.
And then they had who was the other 33 back? But I know next year it was me, Chris, and I think TC.
Tyler TC.
We was nice that year. That was Power 1, but I was like when I was getting older, like 1 year before. I think I played like 3 or 4 years at Rosedale.
Oh yeah.
I could have been longer.
So
high school. I wasn't nigga that played in high school.
I'm
playing high school. I'm not gonna play Pop 1. So that shit's so crazy.
Nah, I get it. I definitely get it. Okay, so your Rosedale career was good, but it was short lived, kind of. Like you played 4 years, but it gave you a good enough foundation to go into high school football. You would say?
Yeah, because I feel like once I got into the football like world, like you meet coaches, you meet players. Mm-hmm. Even though I only played 4 years, they had me like a top 100 video. Yeah. Right? Like the players, and they put me that shit on there. So I mean, I killed it, Rosedale.
So about 9, 10 to about 13, 14.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm like in high school. I stopped.
So at that time, you was playing baseball still too? Any other basketball?
Yeah, I was still playing baseball. Did you? I didn't pick up basketball yet.
You didn't pick up Okay. So
I wasn't
going into high school. What high school you chose?
Holy Cross. That was another thing I'm saying. Like playing Part 1 and introduced me Coach Kuhn.
What actually made you choose Holy Cross? I actually don't even know. I'm your brother. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what made you like choose Holy Cross. Like what was the influence on Holy Cross?
I mean, Holy Cross at that time was a good school. Where it was a known private school, and I mean, obviously, you gotta take friends prep other schools, but Mom Duke thought it was best if I wasn't around the girls, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. You get a little bit of
right. 7th, 8th grade, had things happen.
Well, it wasn't my boy fault. What was it his fault? What was it his fault?
It was the girl. It was puberty. It was puberty. And I was
life happens.
Again, like I said, funny guy job, smart, but get in trouble. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, okay. So you
all
chose
boys the move.
Yeah, right. So you chose Holy Cross, all boys school in Flushing. Everybody know. If you don't know about Holy Cross, it's in a league with.
If you don't know, now you know.
Yeah, right. Now you know on some Coil Ray, but it's in a league with like St. Gray's, Cardinal Hayes, Rice, but they closed now. St. Francis Prep, Zavarian, Malloy, yeah, those type of those caliber schools. Christ the King,
yeah, all
those type of schools. So what is it? CHSAA, right?
Catholic High School Football League.
Yep, something like that. Okay, so you get into Holy Cross.
Mm-hmm.
You was it like a test? I know it's Catholic. Was it a test or whatever, or you got like accepted? Like that was an easy process.
I think it was a test.
Okay.
My grades, like I said, my grades were good. I had good 8th grade grades. I think I had like an 88, 89 average, something like that, whatever I had.
And I remember earlier you said you didn't get taught till later on, right? So going into freshman, like stature wise, like your frame, like you didn't get till later on. Yeah, right.
Like sophomore, junior year.
Okay, so coming into high school, freshman year, give me your frame. Like give us a little visual. Like what was Young Jay at ninth grade high school play? What was your size, your height?
I was a stick boy, I ain't gonna lie. I was mad small. I don't know, bro.
I think I was like 5'8", 5'9" going into high school.
I
had a little bit of growth spurt in middle school though.
Had to be 5'5".
Okay. Not bad. He said a little West Walker.
125.
125. My boy had willpower, heart over height and weight.
This is a picture.
Think
in
about that.
8th grade, right before I went to high school, and I was just. But again, bro, I wouldn't say I was like small. Like I was just an average person. Yeah, I wasn't the smallest person, but I wasn't the biggest. I was real skinny though.
You don't think heart had a lot to do with it? Like
competitive.
Yeah, right.
Like I'll get it wrong. Like I remember. It's like competitive ones. I remember going to the doctor and being like, "Yo, like 8th grade to 9th grade, like I'm gonna grow or what?" Like, I see like kids growing. Like, am I going to puberty? Like, yeah, you gonna grow. You gonna be like, you know what I'm saying, 6'5". It's gonna happen. But like I said, it was kids that was already hitting that, and I wasn't hitting that. But I also knew like I didn't know I wasn't gonna be small.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I was skinny and lanky for a reason, so I had like frame. I was gonna be just like, you know what I'm saying. So I figured I was gonna hit it at some point, but it didn't really happen freshman year. It didn't really happen sophomore year. It happened going to junior year, but freshman year I went in, started my freshman year at receiver. We didn't really throw the ball much. We gave it to our running backs and they kind of did.
That makes sense. Freshman high school.
Yeah, we ran like slants. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Little like outs and stuff. Like we didn't really get crazy. Holy Cross was real buckled down, like running the rock and like you know what I'm saying. So go ahead.
Sorry to cut you off.
No, you good.
Because I definitely like to cut the grass over. I try to say what I got to say. But I just want to set the tone as far as like, I know you was class 2008 football, right?
Yeah.
So you had to come in, 2004, something like that?
Yeah.
So who was like the upperclassman when you was a freshman, sophomore? Like you said, the freshman, sophomore year, you ain't really hit your goal spirit. So I'm assuming.
And like varsity?
Yeah, like who was there?
Terrell, TC older brother.
Oh, Terrell Coon. Okay.
Kevin Ogletree.
With the Lafayette. Kevin Ogletree with the Cowboys. In Virginia too, right? He went to Virginia before. Yeah, he was tough. I ain't gonna front a lot of one-hand catches before Odell Beckham.
That's a fact. He was wild. I remember funny. Actually, I remember going to the St. John's game. That's what Prep and Holy Cross played at St. John's.
Yeah, I went with you.
And then we got that one-hand John. We was like, "Oh, that's."
What was a grown man when you was a sophomore?
That's all like, "I'm
They used to get crazy. Like I ain't gonna front. This is about to be a clip, right?
He was leaking.
Them Holy Cross St. Francis Prep rivalries was crazy, bro. Crazy. I was with this man one day, bro. If you was a sophomore, you had to be 15. So I'm 6 years younger than him. I had to be 9, bro. It was wild. I knew they about to start fighting. I don't know what's going on. We had to walk out.
You went to Prep. You saw it.
Yeah, in fact, I was a part of it, but I left after 1 year, so I didn't really get the real atmosphere. And also too, in my time, it was different from y'all time.
But the Prep cross.
Nah, y'all time was ready to fight. Like it was like y'all was really, like it was a different. It was 2008 and
especially basketball.
Yeah, that time it was around that time it was just different. Like the leagues was different. Like my time. It was still competitive, you know, but it wasn't. Like
I think when we went to that game, Holy Cross had to be in both basketball and football had to be ranked in the city, but I think the basketball was like ranked in the nation.
Yeah, I had silver.
I know when we went, they was definitely ranked in the nation like
Y'all had a
16 or
squad.
17.
Yeah, I had a squad. Basketball, OD, I
They
had
was
a
going
squad.
head to head with Lance and all that, and
Yeah.
Kimba and all that. But yeah.
So then, okay, so we're gonna jump to junior year. How was junior year, first year in varsity?
Yeah.
Okay, so how was junior year?
Junior year was straight. I mean, who's it? Coach name? Coach Smith.
Mm-hmm.
I remember Coach Smith. I feel like he was very like. He always said if he was the best player, like you gonna play, but I feel like he was also trying to get seniors like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying, to go somewhere. So
Yeah.
I feel like I didn't really get as much like play time as I wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
I remember my first game actually starting. I had 10 tackles, and he said it was my fault for having 10 tackles. That mean I was in the box too much, but like in my head, it's like if I'm making a tackle, it's like that means
doing something.
Yeah, you feel me?
Right, yeah, right.
So it was weird, whatever. But like I said, I played. I got my time. I started, and then like I wasn't starting. If he got tight, then I did. It was very weird.
Mm-hmm.
And
put your work in. Pretty much.
Yeah.
One thing I always respected about you throughout your whole career, he was definitely that guy that he always shined. Don't get it twisted. Like when it was his time, he shined. But like when it was time to wait his turn, he always like just worked and waited his turn and always got his time. I definitely always respect that about you.
yeah, nah. I mean, I feel like I always knew. Like I was never the biggest person. I always had to like show people.
Mm-hmm.
Hence me going there at Pop One and saying like I'm fast. Like
Mm-hmm.
I got to show you like something. Because if you don't, like honestly, like if you don't do that in sports, bro, you can have a talent just sitting in the sideline and not doing nothing. Like the biggest thing in sports is and the biggest thing in life in general.
Mm-hmm.
It's like just go do it. And like sometimes I always like hold people back, but like sometimes you're gonna be like, if you confident, like yo, I can do it. Like I know at some point it's gonna come. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like
1,000%.
just like you give back like that cliche ass vibe, like saying, but like you give out to the university and get shit and come back.
No, no cap.
I remember me crying in the car like. Nigga said he's gonna throw me touchdown.
Nah,
Nigga throw me touchdown. I was that's just competitive.
That's
I was
why
like,
I
alright, it's gonna come.
respect it, bro. Like,
That was my sophomore year. Sophomore year.
Yeah.
When we just again freshman sophomore just running the rock, and I'm like, yo, my nigga, like I need a tub. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like I'm trying to eat.
Right.
And he's like, I got you. You know we going blah blah. And like we was doing shit. We got to the red zone, and I'm like, we gonna run the play.
Mm-hmm.
Nigga didn't run the play, and I was tight. But whatever, that would just be better. But yeah, that's what it really comes down to. Like I don't really like the whole like, oh, you can't do it, you're not good enough shit. That shit's trash.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Let
me see if I can't do it.
Yeah,
Then
keep
it's
going.
you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
Don't
Like
get me wrong.
I don't like, you gotta start from you gotta start from the bottom, work your way up. Like, yeah, you gotta obviously do that, but like,
if I'm already here, then
let me find out that I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Before you tell me I can't do it.
Right.
If I find out I can't do it, then obviously I start from scratch. But if I feel like I can do it already, like, you know what I mean?
All right. So after that junior season, I wouldn't say it was a humbling season, but it was a learning experience going into your final high school season, right?
Yeah, because I mean, like everybody know, like going from freshman to JV, when you go to varsity, like you start basically a freshman.
Yeah, basically.
You know what I'm saying? So you gotta kind of like,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
So what was your mindset going into that senior season?
I gotta do something to make a name.
Mm-hmm.
Cause like football, like I had chose, and at that point I started playing basketball too. So like I was like I feel like I had at that point like really just stopped playing football. I mean baseball.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I'm trying to make it easiest on my and I love playing football. So obviously my goals are I'm going to NFL just like any kid would. And I figured like you can't. I mean you can, but you can't go nowhere if you don't got no looks. You know what I'm saying? You gotta obviously find your way. So I was like I gotta do something because it's not easy to like get something in I would say 1.5 years, kind of half of my junior year, and then like my whole senior year. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I gotta get a spot. So I remember Coach Kuhn that became the DB coach or whatever, and he had told me like, yo, I'm putting you my starting safety. I'm like, all right, cool. So like that was the beginning. Now I'm going to parks and working out in the summer. We had our whole D-back crew for the team, and we was working out. And I was like, I gotta go off this shit. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of did basically.
So okay, you had a great senior season. I know all about it. So what was it? Who was that first game of that season? Was that
Prep?
Okay. Oh yeah. What? Okay. What's prep? Okay.
St. Prep at St.
That
John's,
game.
and I caught a.
And
I actually caught 2 picks that game. One I called back, but I caught one official pick
Mm-hmm.
on my first game starting at safety. Yeah, that was a crazy game.
Okay.
We lost that game though. I was tight, but yeah, it was a great game.
Yeah, you had a great season. Let's talk about that step in that game a little bit. That was the overtime when you got that deflection, right?
Yeah, so that game was like what really like I think I maybe the third game.
Mm-hmm.
That's what really like kind of put me on the map.
it was
I remember being in the newspaper. So that game playing Stepanak, and they got like this running back that's supposed to be like one of the best in the state, whatever. So we playing them. That game, the game is make real, like I wouldn't say real money, but like it's a rainy. It had rain, so it was muddy, but it was like it wasn't raining.
It was a nasty game.
Yeah,
it was a little. It
had rain. I think most of the night before.
It was a little. It was a light drizzle though.
Right.
I was there. It was there.
So, yeah, that game I had 2 picks,
Mhm.
and then in overtime, I got like the bat down to end it because we had scored and went for the field goal or whatever, and then on 4th down, like fourth and like 7, something like that, they threw like a post. They threw like a post behind me, and I kind of like broke on it, batted it down. And that had got me. I remember being like coming to lunch the next day. No, because we played on Saturdays, so Sunday I passed, and then Monday came. Niggas like, oh, like, yo, you saw how you talking about the step in that game? He's like, yeah, Jay, in the newspaper. And I'm like, in the newspaper? Like, what you mean?
Right,
like, you know what I'm saying? The whole time, I didn't even know, like, they do a whole thing of high school sports in the back.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, ever since then, every week I'm trying to get in there.
Right.
Every week I'm looking, you know what I mean?
I know how to get my name up.
Right, and I was. So I'm like, every week I'm trying to make a play. So I remember, like, that's that first time, I'm like, boom, I'm in the newspaper. I'm trying to go crazy now, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that step in that game was really, like, the first game that, like, kind of, I want to say,
Stamped
back,
you,
right?
right.
I was like nationally ranked, but I was like, I had like a little,
Yeah, no, you made some noise.
a little,
you
little something behind my name.
You shook the room a little bit. So basically, you had a great senior season. I ain't gonna front. I stood there and I watched it. The stats is out there. You can't erase the stats. You know. You got selected for the All-Star game.
I did.
Let's talk about that, because also too that. You was a big player and All-Star. You didn't just get selected for the All-Star game.
Yeah.
You had.
So my first joint, obviously my first like full year going crazy.
All right.
I had the most picks in the league,
Mm-hmm.
and I had made the Catholic High School All-Star game.
Right.
And the game.
Pause. He had the most picks in the league. Made the Catholic All-Star game. This was really his first year, really starting and playing a whole.
Yeah. Like me taking over, and I was like, I called the defense. Like
they gave him, you know what I'm saying? They finally gave him his shot, and this is what I'm saying. That's why I always respected his career. But
and then, so during the game,
mm-hmm.
Playing the game, that game was a snow game because obviously it was like later on, like in December or something like that. After that ended, and I had got defensive player of the game because I had caught the pick. I had like a tackle for a loss, like 2 bat downs and like 4 or 5 tackles, and I had a pick to give us the ball back on near 25.
Mm-hmm.
And then we went down and kicked the field goal, and I think we won, or we tied. One of the end of the game.
Well, it might not have been one of them.
It could have been an All-Star game. We tied it up, and like, the game was over because I don't think want nobody get hurt type shit. So
and it was snowing too. It was mad cold.
So I think it tied the game, and then like I remember just like. We came in, bro. Both teams in the huddle. We talking about going to college, blah blah. And then like I will do out the awards, and me, I'm like, I just I ain't really do much. Cause look, again, it was a snow game, so I'm like, we just out there having fun, blah blah.
But you did catch your pick.
I wasn't the only pick though. Somebody else had caught a pick, but on the other team, because you know they got East West or whatever it may be.
Caught a crucial pick.
So the other team had said the offensive player of the game and the defensive player of the game, and then like they come to our team and they gave Gentili. Gentili actually got
that's mad funny. Shout out Marriage. We're gonna get into that next.
Right, Gentili actually got play of the game.
That's my boy too.
And then they was like defense play of the game, Jaquan Bryant. And I was like, oh shit! I was like, I came in the back like, oh what? Like cool, boom, boom.
So let's bring that full circle. How did that feel like? Yeah. My bad. Excuse me. Thank you. So let's bring that full circle. So. Freshman year was a little rough. Sophomore year, remember memories crying in the car because
I wouldn't even say it was rough. It was just like not what I had imagined. You never like see movies going to high school.
No,
like
I
thought I
was
going to so like, and I feel like me too, like being small and playing receiver, just like that wasn't the position.
Mm-hmm.
Like for me, I feel like if I played D-back the whole time, like, it would have been a lot more eventful. That's what I feel like it was. Right. Freshman year it wasn't eventful because we just ran the ball a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So those years leading up to your superstar year is what I'm trying to bring full circle. How was that feeling now? You finally that them calling your name defensive player of the game, and did that feel? Did you feel like you got your just due yet, or like nah?
Yeah, nah. It was obviously like a I wouldn't even say a relief, more like you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, I'm trying to tell you. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell you that I really do this. And like, forgot what the Drake line said. Some shit like, I I did what I expected. I forgot that fucking line. That shit was fire. I forgot shit. It'll probably be like I always
Wait. I might even drop it. Look, I might even drop it a little in the J right now. We'll catch it.
Right.
When we catch it after, whatever.
Right.
But okay, so yeah, so you did you at this point did you get your scouts to marriage yet or not?
So actually, that All-Star game, Coach Roos came up to me after the game. He found me after the game, was like, "Yo, I'm from Marist, small D1 AA school in Poughkeepsie, blah blah. Like, you played a really good game. If you're interested in going to come up there, let me know." I think he knew Coach Pugh too, because obviously I'm sure he recruited from the Catholic High School.
Coach Pugh was his head coach at Holy Cross.
We had mad Catholic High School people at Marist, so I'm sure. I think he was like a tri-state area person, so he had knew Coach Pugh from like the past or whatever. And I was like, oh yeah, I'll come to you. You know what I'm saying? I was at that point, I think that was one of my highest like other school. The other one, I can't remember shit either. But I remember him just saying like D1 double N. I was like, oh,
D1.
Like, that's all I need there. You know what I'm saying? So obviously I had to go on my business stuff. Obviously school was important too, and like where I was going, and what you'd be meeting the coaches and all that. Because I went like 2 or 3 visits that year. He told me to come up, so I came up for a visit, and that's how I got introduced to Marist. I didn't really know much about Marist, which a lot of people don't. Now it's more popular, but.
So did they offer you on your visit or prior to your visit?
So I went to. I went to the visit, just like you go to the visit, whatever, and you spend like the weekend or a night. I think a Friday night or Saturday night. You go through, they show you all the academic stuff. They show you the sports stuff, and then obviously you go out at night. That shit was mad fun. I remember being like 17, 18-year-old kid out in the club, and it was lit. I think Marist was all 4 years mad fun.
Right.
And then so I went to the coach next morning after that visit, and I was like, yo, I love it here. It's cool. Like, I don't really need to think about it. Like, it's close enough for my family to come see me play anytime I want. I want to come. He's like, oh, that's great. He's like, I tell people, most people would think about it, but some people like to say, if they come in now or they gonna come later. But he's like, yeah, cool. And then that was it. We got the papers signed, and that was. And now you got this guy.
All right, so let's get into marriage. Like, when you sign, okay, first let's talk about when you signed the letter. Now you coming back to the town, come back to school. You still in school at this point, right? High school, right?
Yeah.
So you telling little bros, I'm going D1.
Came out with
I'm D1. I told y'all I'm nice.
Came out with the Marist dad hat. Put my shit on. Nah, but I did have Marist hat on, but I ain't put that shit on. But like I said, like I wasn't. We had kids that was like, oh, it's again. I'm in school with like basketball. High school is still at this point nationally ranked in basketball, not football so much. A basketball players, so we always had people. Yo, this kid's going to this school. This kid's going to that school. So I remember me doing that, and then like me like signing some like fake like letter and a Holy Cross name, like put it in the paper, whatever. Like I'm going to Marist and whatever, and it was cool.
That's fine. You deserved it at that point.
Yeah, at that point I was like, I'm just trying to go somewhere whoever gonna like me, because at that point, like I said, like I was like I'm going to the league. I don't know what everybody was doing. Like I've always felt like I was just like more athletically gifted than other people, and I was like that shit gotta go somewhere, you know.
Now going to Marist, you was one step closer. But yeah, so one step closer at Marist and freshman. So how was your freshman year at Marist?
Freshman year was cool. I remember going there and like again, it could be me. I got there and I'm watching. I remember going there actually in spring before I was going there, before the year I was actually going there, and it was me. Ani Pops sitting in the bleachers watching do spring practice, and she goes, Ani looks at me like, you think you come in and take somebody's spot? I looked, I said, yeah, I can definitely come in and take somebody's spot. Like, I can definitely come play freshman year off the rip, because like obviously going to college, you're like, oh, I'm not going to start.
Right, no cap. Sometimes
I'm trying to play freshman year, so I get there, Coach Riley, best coach I ever had, like even off the field, on the field, he taught me so much.
He played in the league, right?
Played in the league. Actually, if you know football, played for Denver Broncos, the Broncos Orange Crush. They won like 3 or 4 Super Bowls back in his day. He got Super Bowl ring and all that. He was a nickelback for that. And he told me mad about football, just mad about life, because he played football during like the hard times, racist time type shit.
Yeah.
I get the Marist. He was
at your wedding, right?
Yeah, he's my.
I was mad hyped to see him at your wedding.
Yeah, that's my man. He's not just my coach. coach.
Like, I played for
You know
him.
what I'm saying? Yeah, facts. That's my man. Like, I'm not my coach, but told me a lot. But yeah, so I get there. I remember playing in practice and like preseason and all that stuff, and then the season come around, and I remember him telling me, I think like right before the first game, like if you keep doing what you're doing, because at that point I'm still young, I'm not as big as other dudes. If you keep doing what you're doing, at the end of the year you'll be starting.
Right.
So to hear that is like, oh, I knew I had a chance. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Coach Bryant not the easiest person to read at times, especially
Yeah.
when you don't know. When you know him now you can tell when he's like, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
so I remember Fordham game.
Mm-hmm.
At home, kind of.
I remember that in the Bronx.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The Bronx. And I
I
remember
remember
him going like, Jay. I'm like, yo, he's like, you starting. And I was like, say less. And I think he kind of said that out because he knew my family going to be there, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And because he loved mommy, he loved my pop, he just loved everything about my family, like how I was raised, everything. You know what I'm saying? Always laughing, always smiling, never let anything put me down. Always, like I said, work hard. And I'm not like a person that's like, oh, I'm athletically gifted, but I also don't work hard. Like, I do work hard, like, especially in practice. I probably didn't lift as much because, like, I don't know, I was a person, like, I don't really like lifting, but, you know, I work hard like that. But, yeah, so I was starting, like, I was like third or fourth last game, towards the last game, and I started at, like, last 4 or 5 games.
Fire. So you started half of your freshman season, almost, basically.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, so that was kind of a tough season for y'all, right? A little bit like a grown
Every
season.
tough season was
Yeah. Nah, the sophomore year was a good.
That was the only
Yeah,
season.
that was a great. That's what we about to
Everything
get
else
into
was
right now.
everything else was under 500, but
Yeah.
like I said, it was a small school.
Perfect.
They had actually rose from D3 all the way to D1 AA, so they had came out
Fire.
certified, so they was never like, you know what I mean? But,
That's fire.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. That's
yeah,
fire.
that's why Coach Perry did so long. Like,
Yeah.
they-
Coach Patty did that.
Coach Perry did that.
The whole thing. He took them from. He took them from D3 to D1.
D1.
Coach Patty's a go.
He was smoking everybody in D3, and they moved him up.
Patty's
And
a
he was
go.
kind of getting people in D2,
And he's
and then
still competing.
D1 AA is probably like his. That's probably where he gonna stop. But he not.
But he ain't pioneer. So.
Nah, anybody like what going wrong?
Great competition. Y'all played some tough people.
No, we did for sure.
Yeah, definitely did. So sophomore season, let's jump right into that. Was it the first game? Because I know you know what I'm talking about. Was it the first game or was it the second game? And
Before we get to that, kids, summertime. My freshman year, you know what I'm saying? First semester, I did horrible. Like
oh yeah, we got give them that lesson. I see
like
that
a
about
point. Oh, little one? Maybe a 1.3, something like that. Obviously, I'm away at school, party, Second semester, I do better, 2.7, but that brought my average to below a 2, which you need above a 2 to play. So I had to do classes over the summer. Got to camp. Coach looked at me like, "What you doing here?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" He was like, "You're not supposed to be here. Your grades aren't in yet." Because I had took summer classes, they wasn't in. So like, he told me I had to leave. Mind you, Mommy and Pop, they had already left.
Right.
So they already had like go halfway home, and I'm like, "Yo, they said I can't. They said I can't play. I can't be here till my grades come in." So one of the seniors had moved in stuff to one of the house already. So I could stay there. So I had to stay there for like 3 or 4 days. No electricity. All I had was water. I had his DVD player, some shit, and I watched movies. But like that point, that shit was tough to hear. Like, yo, you not supposed to be here. This at home. Like, blah, blah.
it was
Like I wasn't playing. Like, damn. Like,
yeah, that was God.
so I got to camp. I remember I got there. My grades got put in because I passed those shits with like A+ over the summer, so I already knew I was playing. But it was just tough to be in the house by myself.
You just had to wait.
I wanted to be my boys and I couldn't. You know what I'm saying? So I get there, first practice. Obviously, Coach Riley's tight, so he put me with the second team. First play, I caught a pick, took it to the crib, and I looked at him. He looked at me. He was like, "All right, like you got," and he put me back on the first team. But I remember that play happening because he was like, "Jay, second team." And I'm like, "Bro, I'm clearly the starter." You know what I'm saying? Seniors left.
Nah, he couldn't do
There's
that.
no other, but he couldn't do that. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody that was there the whole time. He had to make it look good. He had to keep the faith for the players.
Yeah.
You know, he had to keep the faith for the defense.
He was mad, but he wasn't
right in there. He was like,
Right, he was mad that I did what I did, but he was also happy that I handled my business.
Well, you
passed to my
responded,
class,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So, alright, so yeah, first game, playing Sacred Heart.
It is the first game.
And
I'm about to throw the clip.
And the Sacred Heart, I don't know why. I gotta stop doing this. I feel like they still do it to this day. They throw a hitch on every play. And this mind you, now I'm starting to pick up Coach Riley's starting to say, picking up tendencies, I'm picking up football play, like football shit that he taught me from playing in the league. First play, they always throw a hitch. I bet all my money, I bet my life when they play is going to throw a hitch. I'm a sophomore. The other person over here, I think, a junior. or senior, something like that. I bet life they gonna throw it at my side.
I'm telling you, I'm taking the visual off and just
I said, I'm in my stance. In my stance, boy, run the hitch. I said, to the Baja. I caught that joint hook first play to the crib, 6-zip. Oh my, I'm like, deep. I'm him. I caught that footage. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's lit. You know what I'm saying? And mind you, we never really came out good at Sacred Heart. Like, Sacred Heart is always the better D1 AA school.
Right. And he made Sports Center.
First place pick, and then last play of the game is like we up 14.
Right.
They pushing, or up like 10, I think, and they get the ball back, and like obviously they need like there's like 2 minutes left.
Mm-hmm.
Bet my life.
One more time, bet my life.
They gonna throw this hitch right here in front of me one more time.
I've never seen this in my life.
I am not moving.
Like I never seen a defensive player score 2 touchdowns in the game.
When he said and went like this, I was ready in my break, like looking for. I was a receiver. That got 2 picks, two picks in the crib.
2 pick sixes in one game. I told him when I was a couple years.
I wasn't on Sports Center, but they had an article about me doing that shit.
Man, that count, man. I felt like
they said you was on Sports Center.
Bro, I felt like bro should have been on Sports Center, should have been on NFL.com. I never see. I'm trying to say, if any NFL scout was at this game, he would have easily just been.
And I ain't just do that. I had bat downs.
He had great stats on top of that, but it just like me being a kid. I'm running on like the bleachers. I'm running on the bleachers with him. Like as he picked 6. I'm running the other way on the bleachers, running with him. It was crazy. Like, it was legendary, and this is just
and that feeling
football
just
play I would never forget. No matter how I watch NFL, college, any level, this was just a legendary play, and I gotta drop the clip so y'all can see it.
And I felt like that play, just those 2 plays, just that game in general itself, like everything that had like went through. You feel me? From even like just like high school.
Yeah, that was the way to start.
That fight to get to high school. Then I got to college. Had to fight to start at college.
Now
and
you
then like
starting.
I'm like, oh, I fucked up my grades, and then like all came back, and it's the first game lit. And I feel like Sacred Heart had at that point had always beat us, and so they had beat us for the first home game against them at their home. And I felt like they were trying to embarrass us. And in my head, I'm like, you ain't about to embarrass me. I don't know. You might get the other 10 on that. You ain't coming at me. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that shit was just lit. And I remember after that, I remember even like, wife, I love you to death. You know what I'm saying? But good, you know what I'm saying? But I remember going out. We got back to Holy Cross. I mean, not Holy Cross. We got back to Marist that night. So my girl's like, you never know? My dad had called me, said you had book. It was just a funny thing because obviously like. You got all these people that like, you know what I'm saying?
You a superstar on campus.
Yeah, they parents look at what's going on in marriage.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
sure.
So like, I remember somebody's like,
on the website.
I heard about this kid that had just had 2 picks in the crib. Like, you know him? And like, I remember people just like coming to me was like knowing me. And I felt like a freaking superstar like that one week, but it was crazy. I'm like, and like even like not just girls trying to be funny, but like it was dudes like, yo. You Jaquan, right? Like you had like, yeah, that's me. Not that I get married.
Made noise for the school, like amongst the nation.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
So that's not a normal play. It's not a normal game for a defensive player to go 2 pick sixes and other stats on top of that, tackles, several tackles, knock that. It's not.
Obviously, never had a better game than that.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was like somebody go for 50, but in basketball. But so that led to your best season.
That was our best season.
In your whole career at Marist. Y'all beat Jackson. Y'all knocked out Jacksonville that year too.
Oh man, shout out man Kevin Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, shout out Fitz. That was
game winner.
Yeah, great.
He got noise for that too.
So stat wise, how much picks you picked up that year?
I led the league that year. I had 5.
Led
the league. I led the conference. I think it was Pioneer at that point. I had the league with 5 picks and like I forgot how many pass breaks up, but yeah, I led the league there, and I got unanimous first team. I got the first team all Pioneer, whatever.
So sophomore, as a
sophomore, and then going to junior year, it's kind of like speed the process. Junior year, nobody really came to me like that junior year, and I was tight because like.
Threw away from me.
Yeah, they threw away from me, but I couldn't really get my stats. It's not the league where like they don't throw away from you. They go by stats. You know what I'm saying? So respectfully, they had gave me honorable mention because like my other stats, I had like I think I only had like 3 picks that year, or 2 picks that year because that's the only thing I got. And I'm not saying, and honestly, like I wouldn't say I deserved first team or second team, but like because I didn't feel like my junior year I felt like I did a lot.
I think so just because I remember them times and it was like if anybody really watches football, you know the real football. I'm not trying to like it's my brother-in-law, but it was kind of similar to like the Real Reeves type of when people are throwing away from a corner. So it's like you got just that alone, you got to give them some type of credit because I guess honorable mention is that credit, but
because
it could at least been second team. I think because coming from first team to that, and it's obvious the reason why. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. So
and then we didn't have a
winning season. I think that was that. I think it was that. I think that was the difference between because the year before y'all had a winning season. So first team. But okay, so seeing season.
Senior season, obviously.
So tell us everything leading up to Raiders training camp.
So I remember going to junior year again. I felt like I feel like when you go into your senior year, anything you feel like my back against the wall. I got to do something. So I'm like, I gotta make some noise because obviously back in my head it's still like I'm trying to go to the league.
Right.
I'm the only person. Not the only person. I don't say that. My boy Mike Rios, freshman year. They said,
Rios.
Who y'all think goes to the NFL? None of y'all go to the NFL from here. So like. Stick to academics. It's like, so who honestly think on the NFL? And only me and him raise our hand. So like, that's what, you know what I'm saying?
And he was super fast.
So going to senior, I got to make some noise. I got to at least get back to my first team type shit. So I remember at that point, actually junior year, I got honorable mentions corner, but I made first team as a kick returner. So I was like, that's when I started doing like other stuff for the team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So senior year,
remember that run back at Bucknell?
Facts.
Okay.
I got played the week that week.
Yeah.
Senior year, obviously, but I had to get more interceptions, I had to get more stats, so I had to be more a little active. I had to be more crafty in how I does. I had to like be able to bait people, but also like, and anybody when you become a senior,
you got to be a pro. It's time to be close to a pro now.
I would say that too, but like you also pick up on the game. Like the game has to slow down.
Yeah,
like,
because you're
I already know what's coming. I already know what's going down.
So like,
I'm baiting people. I'm getting the picks. I think I had 4 picks that year, which was like second in the league or something like that. And I had got back to being first team. And at that point, ever since Sacred Heart, I've always like somewhat been like I had like a national. I wouldn't say national record. I wasn't ranked in by any point, but I had like national attention on like the small level.
Yeah,
like,
notoriety.
But I was down. You know what I'm saying? So like that's all making noise. Sure. So like I remember at that point now going to my senior, I had like a good year, first team. I started getting like NFL. Like I started you Google my name, started coming up. Jaquan Bryant, 6'2", blah blah. At that point, so I said my junior year, I was 5'8" going junior, I probably like 5'8". Going to senior, I had to be now. It's like 6'1", like 170, 175. So obviously I was tall at that point.
Yeah.
And it's like 2-star, 3-star, whatever, like ranking, whatever. And I got invited to Fordham's Pro Day, and I got an agent. And then shout out, I forgot my train name, but my trainer I played for the Browns, the Ravens. Donnie, right? Played for the Browns, Ravens. Played.
Donnie was a good trainer.
And he got
I remember Donnie used to make him throw up all the time.
Facts. Got me his agent. His agent put me on. And I remember the Raiders.
Good word.
The Raiders called my coach, and my coach said that was me and Fitz. We was the first people to get a call from an NFL team to they left a message on the answer machine, and we played it. I remember saying like, "Yo, hey, this is blah blah from the Raiders. We want, you need Jaquan Bryant's like helmet size and shoulder pad size, blah blah. So we got to prepare for when he comes to camp, boom boom." And that shit was crazy to hear. And I was like the first person that really actually. We had other players like Rory who went to like camps and stuff, but like he never got invited to it. Like he got invited to it like by him like putting himself out there. You know what I'm saying? Sending people's highlight film, but I got picked up based on people like just watching my highlight film, and like my pro day was like pretty good. You know what I'm saying? So and I had a good agent too. He was known already out there in Oakland in Raiders and shit. So that shit was that I got out there. I went to camp.
So I got a question, right? We're gonna get right back to the camp, your experience at camp right after this. So like I touched on a little bit, Coach Parody being a legend. Going from Division 3 to Division 1. So for me, you're part of that legendary tree. So like he's the tree, you know what I mean? And you guys are branches. You, Terrence Day, Jason Myers, Fitz. You guys are that caliber. Even Rios, you know what I mean? So how do you like going into the camp? Like forget the camp actually now. How do you feel as an adult? Like a couple years later after your college career, like how do you feel to be a part of that? You can't never erase that.
Nah, it was. I tell you all the time. Like going to Marist and that was like part of like the best. I don't say the best, but like important 4 years of my life playing football, becoming a man, like all that stuff. That it was cool. Like I never like regret my decision to go into Marist. Like everything I learned there was great, from like being benched to to being in Sports Center to being all that stuff. Like,
it's a great experience.
Yeah, like I wouldn't take it back for anything. I would change some of the mistakes I made, but that's just life.
Yeah, right. I respect it. So okay, let's jump back to the camp. So how was that experience? Putting on an NFL helmet, Raiders helmet, Raiders shorts. You in the Raiders locker room.
Yeah, camp and all that stuff. That was fun. That was a crazy experience. I mean, they definitely treat you like royalty in there. Like, and I don't really know others. People do it, but like the Raiders, I mean, they gave you. We had different food, every different genre of food all the time. Like they made sure we was good, hydrated, like fed. We was in camp. Like I remember being in film sessions. Like it was like basically like college, but like times more detailed, like times 100. You know what I'm saying? So.
Was it a little surreal that because Oakland?
Yeah, it was.
Raiders is like one of those like prestigious.
Nah, it was because you go in there, you see the fucking Raiders logo everywhere, and everything gray and red, everything gray and black, and it was lit. You see the owner came talk to us. You obviously seen the coaches you see on TV now coaching you. You know what I'm saying? You got players from like big time schools too. Remember being in the room, and I was from Marist, everybody else from Penn State, Miami, all that other stuff, and it was crazy. But yeah, that was a surreal moment. Nah,
that's definitely dope. So. Everything, things went however they went. You know what I mean? Due to whatever didn't work out or whatever worked out. And after that, you started to get into to arena football. You went to the Spokane. You went to Spokane.
I went to Wyoming first.
Wyoming.
And then after Wyoming, I went to Trenton. After Trenton, I had the good those 2 years. They picked me up in Spokane. Mm-hmm. I played in Spokane Shock for like. The mid part of the season, then into the playoffs, and then I remember in training I got hurt, and I had this injury for a little while. And then I remember getting like, and the arena was mad fun. I mean, the arena taught me a lot about football because everything had to be a quick jerk reaction, so you had to like really think on your feet real quick. So like that took people that want to learn how to play corner. If you want to go learn how to have quick hips and quick feet and all that stuff, like arena definitely help you with somebody coming at you full
and it's still pro level because there's grown men out there and everybody and
it's not easy. It's fun, but it's not easy. It's definitely
some athletes out there, man.
Especially on defense. On defense, that shit is hard because that shit's supposed to be scored. You're supposed to have 60, 70 points. So like you got to be out there grinding. You know what I'm saying? But arena was fun. I had fun playing it. It was definitely different experience. I went to like played in Wyoming. Like I'll never go to Wyoming. I went to Washington. I probably never go back to Washington.
Right.
So it was fun. Every stop I went to, I met people that was mad cool. Like met them people, and that shit was cool. It was a different style of football, so that's what made it cool too. Like I played arena. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's dope. I mean, a lot of people don't get to go to D1. A lot of people don't get to go in the Raiders. Go work out for the Raiders. Go train with the Raiders. Go to the get invited to the Raiders training camp, get flew out, and all that type of stuff. A lot of people don't get to play arena. A lot of people don't get to do what you did, so that's why we sitting here talking to you and celebrating.
Facts.
Your success and everything you did. What would you say that you got the most out of your whole football career? Like, what did you leave out of the game with? And I know you still do. You shout out to the 707. What's the team name?
PME. You already know about.
Yeah, shout out PME. You know what I mean? We even might do a clip for the game. I like what PME is doing.
What I get out of it?
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, and like this. Again, this shit may seem cliche, but everything that doing sports, bro, that shit go towards like life, like being persistent. I
agree.
Being on time, like, remember stickler on time. Like I remember Coach Riley, I got benched for not being on time, and I was 2 minutes late. So like being on time, like being disciplined, like even working out. Like I work out now because I had to work out then. I don't want to be like, you know what I'm saying. I work that hard to work out now. I'm like, you know what I'm saying. So it's determination, like being, like I said, being persistent. Like I'm in sales now, so like I can get told no, like man, I lost the game, had to wake up, go to practice, and go play another game, and I might lose that game, wake up to go play practice, go lose another game. So like that shit hit. So like I mean, just everything, all that stuff in life that people talk about, that's what sports is for. That's what sports really is for. Like, you know what I'm saying? You take your energy, you put it elsewhere. You know how to like gauge your energy. Like,
you learn some great tools from sports.
You know what I'm saying? So that's
they definitely transfer over to life for sure. You don't think they do it during the game and during the sport, like when you're in the sport fully and your mindset's saying NBA or NFL, but after it, you're like, damn, my work ethic is from basketball, you know, from football. So, what you got coming up next? Like, I know you into the comedy. I know you're doing your comedy thing. But what you got planned? Let's talk a little bit about that.
I mean,
know what they can look out for.
I'm always got ideas going. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm a funny dude. I got TikTok day to day with Jay.
Shout out to TikTok.
Laughing with Jay. So that's my Instagram. Laughing with Jay TikTok. 20,000 followers.
Laughing with the G or laughing with the IN?
With a G. Laughing with Jay.
Okay.
I might try to start some stand up shit soon. I've always been mad funny, so
some open mics.
Think I might do some of that. Me and wife want to start a podcast.
Okay.
You know what
you got a name for it?
Not yet.
Shout out wifey.
We had some shit called we had called it relationships, with like a ship kind of shit, but we're gonna take that back to the tool shed, work on it, bring it back out. It's gonna be basically it's a little run through just all the funny shit that relationships go through, but all of, like just funny shit that everybody go through day to day. That's
dope.
You don't know what other couple go through, but they go through that shit.
Relate,
you know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like, you know what I'm saying? I talked to mad my friends like, yo, your wife ever did this or your wife ever did that, and we was like, yeah, we went through the same shit. Or like I know they talk about probably the same stuff and just funny shit, man. Because your wife every day like telling you we had a camera with us, boy. We would have a fucking
that'll be viral, right?
reality show. So we're gonna try to bring that shit to the camera, see how it goes. We already got the equipment, but once we get that going, then I'll let y'all know. But look out for that. You heard?
Okay. Alright, so we got Laughing with Jay on the gram. We got
and TikTok,
and TikTok. Yeah, no, his TikTok is going crazy. I think bro got million plus likes now.
23K on the followers.
Yeah.
I gotta go back on the videos.
Yeah. We need those. We definitely need those. He got the podcast coming with Wifey. Damn, like. We got some shit coming up. And also too, don't forget the open mics, cause I'm gonna be there, and I ain't gonna front culture. We gonna get that content. We gonna get that set.
We gonna see put that set. You know what I'm saying?
Up on the tube. You know what I'm saying? It might even drop on KJ Shot page. But look,
get past that.
So now is one of my favorite times of the whole episode. We gonna get into the culture questions. You know what I'm trying to say? So. I always started off with who's your GOAT. I know who your GOAT is, but I gotta ask you still.
It depends.
LeBron, MJ, or Kobe?
Oh, LeBron.
Yeah, I figured you was gonna say LeBron. Got an explanation? You just straight out, bro. Matter of fact, let me not even ask because if I ask him for a Bron explanation, we not gonna finish the episode.
No, I can say it real quick. I just think Bron did a lot in the era that was like, I wouldn't say the toughest, but like the most skilled.
When the game was evolving.
Yeah, exactly. Like
okay.
he people always like, oh yeah, he went to the finals and lost, but like some teams haven't made the finals, some organizations haven't made the finals. My son went 8 times, but that's just me for that.
No, that's fair. What's your favorite show growing up, Martin or Fresh Prince?
Fresh Prince.
Okay.
I like Martin as I got older.
Okay.
A closet. It's a jokes more.
Nah, Martin is hilarious. I ain't going for his clown. A closet full of Jordans, any number, any color, any whatever, or a closet full of Yeezys, any number, any color, whatever.
That's tough because it depends, but I might have to go. I'm gonna go with the Jordans.
Okay.
Cause I like more Jordans than Yeezys.
Okay.
Like, I don't like a certain picture.
I think I'll go Yeezys just.
I would say it depends because like I can't wear Jordans everywhere. I could wear Yeezys everywhere, but I don't like all Yeezys.
Yeah,
I like more all
Jordans. Nah, Jordan got some heat. Everybody knows Jordan. That's classical feet. I mean, like, so food: Spanish food, Caribbean food, soul food, Chinese food, Italian food, African food.
Oh, soul food.
Okay.
Soul food first and close to Spanish food.
Xbox or PlayStation?
Gamepad.
Yeah, I got Gamepad. I can't afford it.
So I got Xbox, but I think I might have to go to PS5 soon.
Okay.
But more so, if I had to choose one system to ever play all my whole life, PS2.
Okay. Alright. Yeah, PS2 was classic.
That was the best.
You gotta drop the beat.
That was the best joint ever. You know
Grove Street.
Right.
Was Michael B. Jordan wrong for what he did on the red carpet, the whole little situation?
To Shorty?
Yeah.
He wasn't wrong. He could have been more funny about it.
Yeah.
I was like, remember when
he was a little too serious.
Yeah, I was like, remember you was telling son?
Yeah,
and I was like, I'm not even gonna what's good, girl? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he could have did that when he could have. I was a little too like
he was like,
he was a little too simple. Like, yeah, I remember you.
Yeah,
he was like that to me. But people say it was corny. That is kind of corny. I mean,
yeah, like he was trying to say.
But I remember calling corny for that because I remember I would do the same thing. Like I I would call you out.
Acknowledge that you was trying to use.
You feel me?
Right.
But then also, I wouldn't even say son you. I would have son you, but also like it's all love. You know
right.
Like,
so good.
And it'd been a joke.
You know, right?
Yeah. Like.
All right. So I've been asking this. I'm gonna go double because it kind of got a little tricky. Was Ja Morant tripping with the whole gun thing? Right. Mm-hmm. That's the first one. Mm-hmm. And the second one. Is Dylan Brooks tripping with the whole LeBron his whole cause it got bad for him after that. I'm ending off right there. That's the last two questions.
What them niggas is tripping, boy? Ja, you signed a $250 million contract. Why you got the beam? Let your security get the beam, right? You beating up on 17-year-old. Ja, you got the bag already. Like let somebody else do that. You know what I'm saying? That's what smart hood niggas do. You want to be a hood nigga? That's what smart niggas do.
Okay.
Dylan Brooks. I see you with this China Shanghai knife. Ni hao! Ni hao! That's like Jackson. I see you with this Shanghai chalk, nigga. Poke the chalk, nigga. Fucking talking about nigga gonna talk to the goat. Talking about he old, nigga.
Yeah,
the only one to get there, my nigga.
They have no interest in re-signing myself. I guess about
niggas not fine in the West.
Yeah.
They
Dylan
fine
Brooks, he was just making a name for himself.
Even the East Coast? Yeah. I'm from the far East Coast. Fuck out here. Nah, he gonna be with the squad though.
Somebody that did bad gonna pick up.
Just not with you. Alright.
Yo, this was a great episode. This was a great conversation.
Hope y'all learned something, you know what I'm saying? That was my life.
Facts. Give them your grams, how to follow you, how to get. I know you already just gave them your Laughing with Jay on Instagram and
Laughing
on
with
TikTok.
Day to day with my Instagram. That's my personal Instagram.
Okay, all right.
But I do got Laughing with Jay Instagram too.
Okay,
they both is linked. If you go to TikTok and click on the link, it'll be there. But I got more followers on my gram. That's why I started trying to get more followers on Instagram. But
everybody go follow.
TikTok definitely for sure. I'm gonna try to make. I got skits and all that stuff. I'm gonna try to switch it to a little more organic. You know what I'm saying? A little more just following me rather than making skits. But yeah, we'll see, man. So,
no, fact. You got some good shit in the works. This was a great episode. Coaching, man.
You already know, man.
We out.
Holla at me.
What?